Yes, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I'm going to take Temur Kiki and bump it up. Where's Temur Kiki? Temur Kiki Evolution. 10 extra points. The Temur Kiki deck's my favorite deck right now. Although Chad's growing on me. Chad and I, we're good buddies. And this hand looks great until our opponent's playing an unfair deck. Tapped land into some pushes, into a Day of Judgment, into an Ob Nixilis. Yep, we 3-2'd with the Esper Polymorph deck, Jet. That was a quick 3-2. And now we're onto something with 9 Chads in it. Hey, JBot854 with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate that. As always, subs are the best way you could support what I do here. We are currently 8 sub points away from hitting that 1,000 sub point mark. I don't know that I'm gonna have time to do a big long streams this month, but when we hit the 1,000 sub point mark, I'm definitely going to do a couple of 12-hour stream days, I think. Probably in the beginning of April. Does this deck have any snap? Yeah, it's Tron lands. You're never... Oh, bad. You could probably beat bad Tron decks. You're never beating... What's it called? We're never gonna beat green base Tron. Probably Storm. Feels like Storm. His hand's lack of Chad is disappointing. We could probably beat Blue Tron. Yeah, that's true. Is this a Gifts Ungiven? It's Blue Moon. Outright? This is like the old standard decks I used to love. Yeah, the fast linear decks in the format are reasonable against Tron. Dredge, Burn, decks like those tend to beat Tron. So we're gonna go... Gonna put these two on top. And then hopefully multiple pieces of removal here will be good. We have 6 pieces of discard. Again, this is... So what you're witnessing here, this is the danger you're going to have if you're playing a deck like this. You're gonna have draws where what you're doing just doesn't line up well against what your opponent is doing, and you're going to lose because of it. It's the classic mid-range wrong half problem, right? Classic mid-range wrong half problem. That's not even true, Burgle. Even the blue decks in this format have a very hard time with having the, like, Jund has this problem too occasionally. Why is Gideon called Chet? I don't know. You'd have to ask people in the Magic community. I assume we're dead here, right? They have a Manamorphose. Noxious Revival to Baral. So they're going to Manamorphose into the Baral here. And then maybe our third piece of removal can get them. That's actually very true. So Andrew's comment there, that's part of the reason why the Mardu deck, please play Rats. They had another one. If they would have just cast Past in Flames here, the third removal spell might have gotten them. So this is putting them to 6 mana, which maybe this will choke them. Because he's an alpha. Oh, Chad. We're probably dead, right? Are we definitively dead? I can't tell if we're definitively dead. I feel like it's close. I feel like it's close to not being definitively dead. I'm gonna make them kill us. Like, normally I concede when we're definitively dead, but I feel like they might be short mana here. Oh, we are dead now because they have the Grape Shot naturally. They get to Noxious Revival this and then Manamorphose. So Andrew's right about Mardu Pyromancer because Faithless Looting allows you to just, like, loot through these cards that are, like, part of your wrong half problem in matchups like this, right? So we just get to take all of those cards out. We get to bring in these. We get to bring in these. We get to bring in these. That's almost really clean, right? Just like cutting all the cards I want to cut and boarding in cards that I want. I think Lost Legacy is good enough. What do we think about this board plan? Need one more cut here. We have to have a way to actually kill them. Maybe trimming one souls is fine. No, Gideons are a very quick clock. I want Gideons. One question is, do I leave in some sweepers to clean up goblin tokens? I feel like I'm not supposed to. I feel like I'm just supposed to, like, stop them from going off in general. Yeah. I think I just plan to, like, try and play through. I don't think I can go down to just, like, 7 win cons, basically. Maybe. Rule's kind of narrow. You could maybe argue that Rule's worse than our third Rest in Peace, because they're both pretty good in this matchup. Needs a Gideon Champion of Justice. Yeah, but, like, having one card for a matchup like that isn't particularly good. Like, you don't board one card for a tier 2 deck to, like, because you're worried about it. Can I don't know, can I drop a land? This hand's actually pretty good, and we have to scry that to the top. Alright, this hand's actually kind of great. We need to draw a Gideon and another land or two, but hand's pretty decent. I'm gonna sit down on my cushioned cardboard here. I'm so excited my new chair gets here tomorrow. Enjoy the ride, chat. Well, so cards like 3-mana Chad aren't very good against Ad Nauseam because when they draw their whole deck, they'll just Echoing Truth you. Lad Chad, Rad Chad, and Dad Chad, that's fantastic. Burgle, you make our streams so much funnier. What share did I end up going for? I ended up getting I linked it in the subs Discord. I ended up getting a taller backed. What did I get? Oh, there was so much talk. This is. I'll make that message more of a chill message later, I think. Alright, let's just play this Rest in Peace. This is a fantastic draw. We just need a white source, so we get to put our clock down. I probably should have Collective Brutality them there, right? Check for a remand. I wasn't paying attention. A Canadian byproduct with the tier 1 subscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I do appreciate it. Oh, we're gonna get goblins tier. And I didn't discard spell them. Yeah, I messed up. Hey, Snowski, with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate that. As always, subs are the best way you could support what I do here. Would not be surprised if this matchup is terrible for us. I definitely messed up by not playing the Collective Brutality on 2 there, but that matchup's probably pretty bad for us in general. Just like don't have a fast clock, and like that wrong half problem is gonna kill you in more of the game ones than you'd expect. I mean, I'm not playing this deck to not keep Ob Nixilis in my opener. The Soul Flare decks looks like hot steaming piles of garbage. I don't understand what's appealing about them versus the other more linear decks in the format. Like, I don't understand when like you play something that's like less linear but also not interactive. Like, if you're gonna be a worse linear deck than other linear decks that already exist in Modern, you need to at least give yourself a backup interactive plan. Don't be another Storm deck. Don't be another Storm deck. I thought we were gonna get Troned with the deck that we loved. Little did I know we were gonna get stormed. Little did I know we were gonna get stormed. Yep. All right. I'll take your Manamorphose. The rest of your hand doesn't do much. They also kept a bad hand, so we've got that going for us. I'm gonna do this now, or actually, I'm gonna do this during their upkeep, so that way they can't float mana and gifts off of the search. Obnix, go and give it to him, right? We're watching YouTube on a while now, but I'm kind of new to Twitch. I'm glad to see the memes live. How do I view the deck list? I hear you say Stream Decker, but I'm not sure what it is. If you're watching on the desktop computer, there should be a deck list button on your screen. That's what Stream Decker is. So you can go ahead and click on that, and it'll pop a deck list up on your screen. If that doesn't appear for you, sometimes it doesn't. You can type !deck in chat there and get a link to the deck. I think Tron is a much more offensive deck than Storm on average. I think Tron is much harder to interact with. Decks like Storm have a bad Jund and Jeskai matchup, which means they're far more honest in my opinion. Yeah! Wonder if our opponent's related to John Avon, because they're really good at drawing lands. Burgle, you were making fun of my Ob Nixilis, but he actually gonna give it to him. He actually gonna give it to him. Gonna give it to you. Gonna give it to you. Oh lord, my child put a bar on my seat and I didn't notice it and I crushed it with my large anus. I don't think Jund is that bad of a matchup for Storm because pieces of the puzzle, well, there's a reason it's not. So again, this is another reason why these decks are good in Modern. Like, me saying Jund has a good Storm matchup doesn't mean it's 90-10. I realize that this is Modern, and people are used to everything being like, when people talk about bad matchups, they talk about them being like extremely bad. Something doesn't have to be a 90-10 matchup for it to be bad. Like, 60-40 is a bad matchup. That's just, you know, it's not unwinnable. Most things in Magic aren't unwinnable. But it's not good. You wouldn't classify it as good, right? We've got all these threats. I don't know how our opponent could ever win the game. More Chads, huh? Get a Chad emblem here. I'm probably just supposed to double linger, right? We actually kill them next turn, right? Can I kill them next turn? I'm gonna flash this back. I'm gonna attack them for 3. We'll emblem this other Gideon. I messed up. I should have made another token. I thought I was gonna play another Chad this turn. Mistakes were made, so I should have another token in play right now if I was smarter and thinner. We're gonna have 12, 16 plus an Ob Nixilis deal 2, so hopefully they're dead. When in doubt, chat about. So I should have had another token here, but I'm a big dumb stupid. Yeah, the Ob Nixilis ult will kill them. Yeah! Storm opponent was very unlucky, so they lost the game. They're like definitely going goblins against us, right? What if I don't bring in Lost Legacy and I leave some sweepers in my deck? What do we think of that? What do we think of just not boarding in Lost Legacy and leaving some sweepers in my deck? Why is it called Chad? Because he's a total Chad. He's like that dude that hangs out with the cheerleaders in high school. That's just what the Magic community refers to Gideon as. He's Chad for short. How do we feel about leaving a couple sweepers in? Did I bring Stony's? I definitely brought in Stony Silence. Thank you. Mistakes were made. Lost Legacies for Primeval Titan decks, for Ad Nauseam. Ad Nauseam is probably a harder matchup for this. Like, Lost Legacy is a slam dunk kill them against Ad Nauseam. They can't win the game anymore. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to trim some of the spot removal. Great memes as usual. Hope your Modern time was better than Legacy. KM Draven, thanks for re-upping a quarter of a year. Welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wrath better than Damnation, easier on the mana. Yeah, that's technically correct. Then I don't have any double black cards in my deck either. It is Storm again, yep. Yeah, I could see that. I could see boarding out more paths. This hand's pretty good. Rest in Peace generally stops them from being able to kill us with grape shots, and Wrath of God covers the other half of the spectrum. It covers the goblin wins most of the time. New to Modern, what's good? The 4 best performing decks in Modern right now are Jeskai Control, Jund Midrange, Burn, and Human Aggro. Those are the 4 best performing decks in Modern right now. Engineered Explosives on 2. That's some technology. Storm actually isn't one of the best performing decks. What's my spreadsheet say? Storm's number 6. It's up there. Storm's number 6. It's not top 4, but it's up there. Greentron is number 5, and Storm is number 6. I mean, I guess they're just expecting Rest in Peace, right? That's not unfair. I'm just gonna play this out. It's whatever. Yeah, that's a really good way to look at it, Kofuru. Like, some of our hate pieces cover one half of their cards, and the way they sequence this here, I actually just get to play Lingering Souls this turn now, right? Which is great. So, and this is addressed in my article this week as too. The MTG listed Goldfish metagame is useless for calculating the actual metagame of the format, because the MTGO listed metagame on there is skewed by the intentionally incomplete Magic Online data that we have. It is. The Magic Online data that we have is intentionally incomplete. I don't think we have to Wrath. I think I'm just going to play a discard spell. If we die, we die. Okay, we dead? We dead? I think we're dead. Looking like we're dead. Looking like we're dead. We're super... these are flying, chat. These are flying, yeah. No, on Wizards of the Coast End. Why is it a 1-3, right? Why is it a 1-3? I guess if I take the Grape Shot, they might not be able to generate enough Storm to kill us. Yeah, we take the Grape Shot. He won't have enough Storm to actually kill us. We're not in a good spot, though. That is nearly dead even without the Morale. Yep. Yep. Get my auto pass on. Updated teamer. Yeah, I'll do that right now while our opponent kills us. This is my current teamer list. I'll throw this on the sub Discord. All right, back to dying. Do you see a deck like this being bolstered by Dampening Sphere? Yes, this is exactly the style of deck that really wants Dampening Sphere. Like, this deck is probably kind of hard. I'm going to explain that in my article too. I explain where all my data comes from and why it's better than MTGO Goldfish data. Yeah, I tabulated data from paper events, and I linked I listed all the paper events that I tabulated. And I did large event sizes only, or larger event sizes only. It's still not perfect. All MTG data is flawed because Wizards of the Coast hides a bunch of it, but sad to watch Chad die to Storm. Thanks for the resub, 5 months. Welcome back. Thanks for continuing the support. I do appreciate it. Are we dead yet? No, I write weekly for gatheringmagic.com. They have 4 draws at least to find another what's it called? No, the MTGO challenges are actually a big part of where I pulled my data from. Those deck lists they post the full top 32 from. Granola bars out of my butt. I don't mind if I do. This is a Sunbelt Bakery granola bar. Easily the most delicious granola bar I've ever had. Soft and chewy and that little hint of chocolate for perfection. This stream is in no way sponsored or endorsed by Sunbelt Bakery granola bars. But Sunbelt, if you're out there, it could be. No, things like the Team Modern Super League and like the World's Championship, like those events are not things you want to pull data from because they're small. You just like raise your hand when I'm dead, opponent. All right. All right. I believe we're dead now. Yeah, a couple of the Storm decks from the Open this past weekend were on, what's it called again? Ascension. That's pretty good. Turn 2 Rip, turn 3 Chad. What's all the data mean? Really? It's just like... That's what all the data means. Yep. Hex PvP tools. Oh. I don't think we saw fetch lands out of them, so I'm not going to fetch around Blood Moon. I've not done a formal review on the new Hex set BDP. I don't know that I'm gonna like play super competitively again, but I'm gonna pick it up and play it casually. Wizards has been cutting back on providing data about their game because people like Aaron Forsyth at Wizards of the Coast believe that if there's a problem with their format, it's because people are solving their format too quickly instead of looking in the mirror and going, oh, the reason why our format is bad is because we designed a bad format. It's much easier to scapegoat the data as being the problem as opposed to just being realistic with themselves and going, oh, we messed up. Like claiming ownership for your mistake requires you to be an adult. Just waving your hands and going, they solved the format, it's the player's fault, it's the data's fault, it's not our design team's fault, our design team would never design a bad TCG format. Who's Chad? This is Chad right here. This is Chadley in all its glory. Chatterson, if you would. The great Chatterson. I didn't emblem the Gideon because making the opponent make 3 more storm count is generally irrelevant, and I didn't want to lose the Gideon to a lightning bolt. Is it a fair analysis of a format that has a giant card pool and a complex number of archetypes? Yeah, I mean, even card pools like Legacy and Modern, they design these formats by sculpting the banned list. Wizards of the Coast doesn't design cards explicitly for these formats a lot of the time. Sometimes they do. Like Dampening Sphere, that's a card designed to host decks in Modern. But a lot of the time they don't design for these formats, and that's okay. Like focus on Standard, and then you sculpt Modern and Legacy through intelligent use of your ban list. And like cards like Dampening Sphere, that's a good use of design space. As someone who like, what did they put in their hand? They put Sleight of Hand and Remand into their hand. As someone who like craps on Wizards of the Coast pretty constantly, like I like to give them a thumbs up when they do something good. Like, Dampening Sphere is a fantastic use of their design space. I'm just Lost Legacy and Grape Shot, right? Because I have Wrath of God in my hand. Damping, whatever the card's called. Whatever the card's called, the 2-mana thing in the new set, it's a great use of their stuff. They do have a kind of hard time going off with Rest in Peace in play with Grape Shot, but it's probably better to be safe than sorry. I have an empty in hand. That's a little sad. Yeah, maybe I was just supposed to name empty. I don't know. That's close. Let's take a screenshot because it lasts longer. Yeah, the fact that the hate piece hits multiple things is a big deal, especially in a format like Modern, where the biggest complaint for fair decks like this is they don't have enough interaction, or they don't have enough sideboard slots for a lot of decks. They do not have Blood Moon. Yeah, they're not on Fetch Lands. They're on Fetchless Storm. So hopefully they just go Ritual, Cantrip, blow their load, and then we get to Wrath them. So I didn't want to use the Field of Ruin just in case my opponent, what's the word I'm searching for? Just in case my opponent had something weird like a Spell Pierce. So this does mean that they could potentially hold up Remand here, but if they hold up Remand, they're not going to have enough goblins to kill us in one hit. Bob, you're the best. Thank you for clipping that and sending it in. Thank you for clipping that and tweeting it. That's A+. A+. Everyone should go retweet this. All right, opponent blew their load. Cast my Wrath of God. Yeah, I definitely think we misboarded earlier. Just like having the Wraths in, and I really like the idea of, I hadn't really thought about it, how like our Rest in Pieces and our ley lines like cover one half of their win conditions, and then the Lost Legacy can cover the other half. It makes it really feel like we have a chance, and it felt kind of hopeless the first game, but like looking at it, looking back at the matchup with a little bit more thought, it definitely seems reasonable. I don't think you need Bantus for turn 3s. I think that's fine. Like, as someone with a father of children, we have a lot of granola bars in the house and go through different things that the kids pick out. These are the best ones. They really are. And they don't actually pay me money. I would love for them to pay me money or send me granola bars, but definitely just buy those from the store because they're great. All right, so we push this off a cliff. We drain them for 2. We smack them with Chad. Chatterson! Got Lad Chad here heading into the red zone. Everyone went and retweeted it. Y'all are great. Y'all are great. All right. We We 1-1, down 1 to Storm, up 1 to Storm. Thanks everyone for hanging out here today. I know there's a lot of different things you could be doing, different people you could be watching, especially on Twitch. So thanks for choosing to spend part of your time here. Isn't smacking them with our chat against the Twitch terms of service, asking the real questions. Asking the real questions. Playing a little black-white mid-range. We've been streaming Modern for the last 4 hours so far this morning. We played 2 decks before this. We played a Sultai Gitrog monster. We played an Esper Polymorph deck. If you missed those, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. You can catch 100% of my stream archives there. I don't steal other people's music while I stream, so we get to archive things. And I'm gonna keep this hand. Our deck's pretty mana hungry, and like we've got early interaction plus a way to generate some more cards. This deck's a lot of fun. This is just like kind of a sweet mid-range deck, and it's playing a lot of cards I used to love in Standard. What's our RAM usage at? Moto is feeling a little sluggish. All right, we're gonna kill Magic Online real quick here. I'm gonna kill Magic Online. You can see my beautiful flower background. Have a sellout page while I reload. I need to get some nice backgrounds on my Windows 10. All of my nice backgrounds are on my Linux side, and it's 2018, and Windows is an operating system from 2 decades ago, so I can't access an ext file system. Yeah, MTG bot. It's actually accurate too. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, Campbell could be okay. Yeah, I think so, BDP. Yeah, Campbell's interesting because Burn's probably a harder matchup for a mid-range deck like this in my experience. So, like, Campbell gets to come in against Burn, too. Yeah, that too, right? Like, not only is playing music on my stream morally gray and against the Twitch terms of service, but, like, this way, y'all don't have to listen to my early 2000s girly punk rock music, and y'all can listen to whatever floats your boat in the background on your computer. Well, Firefox, I've got like 20 browser tabs open in the background. So using RAM isn't the problem. My computer has 32 gigs of RAM because I built it with the intention of running virtual machines, which I do. So actual memory isn't the problem. The problem is that Magic Online is a 32-bit application that was written in the late 90s. So when it starts using too much memory, it slows down to a crawl. That's the issue. The issue isn't the total amount of memory used. It's that Magic Online runs very slowly when it uses that much memory. Just won game 3 of Legacy for 4-1 against Storm by attacking them with an Undercity Informer 9 times. That's awesome, Rixel. That's awesome. Look, I've got Chads in my deck. My balls are huge. They're huge, chat. Just huge balls. Huge. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and kill this to preserve my health total here. That's rude, opponent. Why didn't I kill Thalia? Because I kind of want them to extend more cards onto the board. Like, I have 5 lands in hand already, Burgle, so I'd rather just stunt the amount of damage they're dealing to me while encouraging them to commit more to the table. Chad is a nice boy. He doesn't do all the terrible things some of you in chat are saying. Also, democracy towards the best kept secret, Mardu Pyromancer. I'll have to have Klutz come over. We'll have to stream a Mardu League before Cincinnati together. I think that sounds fun. And then I got engaged and my echo is used only for show tunes. Yep. This is actually a tough call for them, right? Like, do they take the Wrath? They need like a Meddling Mage or another Kitesail freebooter here. So we're taking 3. Vault of the Archangel, that's fun. I'm gonna upkeep, use this Field of Rune. Andrew Lawrence Klutz, right? I like that the mana in this deck's really clean too and doesn't do a ton of damage to us. Like, we have 2 shock lands and 4 fetches. So like our health total starts much higher than a lot of other decks do in this format. Why no draw step? Sure, yeah, I should have waited and draw step. Yeah, you're right. Chat's correct. Should have draw step that. I'm gonna take this hit here because there's really no reason to. Maybe I should have killed this. I don't know, we'll see. So what if I kill Thalia and then go Chad, kill Kitesail? That seems great, right? Just like kill Thalia, Chad, kill Kitesail. Seems quite excellent. I guess if they have Mantis Rider, I'm a little bit sad, but then I get to Wrath a Mantis Rider. So that ends up working pretty well for us. Who's ready for that Chad army lifestyle? Who's ready for the... If they don't, yeah! Get Chadded! Believe it or not, it doesn't look like we have a lot of sideboard cards for this matchup. Which I guess doesn't surprise me. This matchup's probably pretty decent. Are these Thoughtseizes better than Sorin Grim Nemesis? Probably. I don't think this is a Fragmentize matchup. Premium malt beverages. I'll buy you some booze, Klutz. I'll buy you some booze. Actually, I think Ob Nix is worse than Sorin, because Sorin gains his health, right? Sorin gains his health. All right, I'm going to do this. It's like bringing a minigun to a knife fight. Why not Chad? That's the real question. Not why Chad, why not Chad? Go ahead, Kyle Nat. Yeah, I feel like anybody that really loved my black-white tokens deck in Standard back in the day, you'll love this modern deck. It is just... It kind of sucks that we have to shock ourselves on one here, but the rest of the stand is very good, right? Lad Chad equal good Chad. Opponent kept 7, that's good for them. Deck needs more Doomblade. That's what we could quantify as an excellent draw in the biz. That's annoying. I guess I get to path this one, right? So we'll take their Sin Collector. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. Everything's fine. So we're going to take 3 this turn. We'll take 6 next turn, and then we'll Damnation them. We need to dodge. And actually, so there were a couple people asking earlier why we have Day of Judgments and Damnations and Wrath of Gods. This matchup with Meddling Mage is the reason why we have 3 different sweepers in our deck. So if they Meddling Mage one of them, we can hit the other. So hopefully this is Xanthid Necromancer. I guess Mantis Rider's fine for us too, right? Oh, I'm a liar, actually. We're gonna take a ton of damage here, aren't we? This is a ton of damage. We're still 2 turns off of this Wrath. There was 1 Bontus. We cut it, which is feeling like a mistake. It's feeling like cutting Bontus was wrong, believe it or not. CB is okay. So what CB is going to let us do is next turn we can flashback souls plus play CB to kill the Necromancer, and we can chump and then sweep the following turn. So if they keep missing here a little bit, we could be okay. I don't know, 5 Wraths is a lot. Like, this deck already has a lot of tools against creature decks. And, like, I cut it for Collective Brutality, which, like, isn't a bad card here. I'm gonna use one of these lands to gain 2, right? I think so. Think I'm gonna use one of these lands to cut game 2? Or use it as a gain 2? Yeah, definitely. I'm just gonna discard the plains, actually, right? So, drain you, kill you. Hopefully we don't... If we draw Sorin, we're going to be a little bit sad that we did that, right? I don't know, just like... Your land's not untapping is a big deal. Your land's not untapping is a big deal. We need to hit, we need a Chad. We need a Chad as a follow-up here. Sin Collector, god damn it. Alright, well now we need a top deck. That was the best draw in their deck. Kitesail Freebooter was an okay secondary. Yeah, but I mean, like, any of our sweepers pull us back into this game. Any of our sweepers pull us back into this game. Like, it didn't need to be Bontus. Alright, ran out of gas there a little bit. The Mantis Rider into the second Sin Collector there was a little bit brutal. I think I actually like these Thoughtseizes better than the Night's Whisper, just to, like, break up their curve a little bit. We've taken damage and activating Vault the next turn. I wasn't planning on getting Sin Collectored. Did they Sin Collector pre-combat? I definitely didn't readjust if they Sin Collectored pre-combat. I don't remember. They might have Sin Collectored pre-combat, which was wrong on their part, but if they messed up and Sin Collectored pre-combat, then yeah, I should have taken the hit and waited to activate Vault of the Archangel. You're correct. Okay. So there's no reason. Oh, I guess it +1/+1 counters pre-combat, so that's kind of a reason. Yeah, okay, so like once I know my Damnation is gone, I should just take the hit and then plan to vault them. Stop it. Leyline for creature discards. Sin Collector is the only creature discard we really care about, and they have 2 or 3 of those at most. They only have 2 or 3 of those at most. They did the Collector pre-combat? Yeah, then I should have just taken the hit if I could take the hit. I think it was only 7 or 8. So yeah, I should have just taken the hit and then played the Vault of the Archangel out post-combat. Or next time, and then we gain 2 and eat 2 of their things and like get another redraw potentially. So chat is correct. I definitely didn't readjust my line of thought based on what their play ended up being. This hand just doesn't do anything. Seems okay. Couple removal spells and some lands. What's going on, Verbatim? You know me how lifelink and damage works. If the life you gain from lifelink would prevent you from dying, you don't die. Yes, that is correct. That's correct. Lifelink is not a trigger that uses the stack. Damage and lifelink happen simultaneously. No, I don't think so. Ob Nixilis is less mana, but Sorin can just be a 6 mana, kill your thing, gain 5 life or gain 6 life. However much health he gains, I forget. How much health does he actually gain? It's a good question. He gains 5. He gains 6. Yeah, he can gain 6 even. Or gain 5 plus make them attack it. How many points does Zombie Loam currently have? It is at, what is it at? Zombie Loam. It's currently at 12 points. You can take a peek. You can always check the donation queue yourself. Looks like it's currently at 12. And as always, if there's something in the donation queue that piques your interest, you can always cheer or donate towards moving other people's decks up the list to see them sooner. Things that are higher in the donation queue get played more quickly. That off a cliff. Just gonna take a hit from this, I think. Just not path this turn. That's a pretty terrible hand for now. Yep, no worries, misled. MTG bot is in fact alive again. It's a real boy. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't think I want to escalate this. I think having Anguished Unmaking and Path in my hand are both good. Anguished Unmaking can actually kill Phantasmal Image and not make us lose health, which is great. That's great. So, we're just waiting on a Chad at this point. We want to wait to close the game up. Damn it! Damn it! I got Magic Online there. I had pressed my auto pass hotkey, and Magic Online is not a video game, so it lags responding to things like that. So even though I had pressed it in response to the 8th of Vial activation, it skipped through and didn't let me do this at my end step, so they got a Confidant trigger here, which that could actually snowball and lose us the game. I could definitely snowball and lose us the game. Like, this is the type, and like now they have a Kite Sail freebooter, so they're gonna need to take my Anguish Unmaking away, which means I can't kill this right away. Yep. So that bit of lag for Magic Online could definitely cost me this game. Never mind. If we lose this game, it's not because of the lag.
Can you deal with him for like 10 minutes?
Yeah, you're fine.
I told him no more chips.
There's no more chips. Mom said no more chips. Can you help Dad stream?
Okay.
Dad, Mom said you gotta hang out with Dad for 10 minutes. Can you hang out for 10 minutes with Dad? Chain. Chain. Be-do-do. Do-do-do.
I eat.
You eat? What are you gonna eat?
My dad eat up.
Your dad eats up. No, you're gonna hang out down here with your dad while your mom takes a call for work.
I go up.
Nope, you're gonna hang out here for a few minutes.
I go up. I go up. I go up. I go up. Mommy.
Declan. Come back this way, buddy. Declan, you wanna watch Bot Toys? So here, the Shambling Vent will prevent the Thalia's Lieutenant from attacking, and then we'll Anguished Unmaking this. They know about this Anguished Unmaking. Shh. You're okay. You're okay. As soon as Mom's done with her call at work, you can play with Bot Toys upstairs, okay? Lingering Souls is a good name. I'm sure we're about to... Yep, that's a Chad. That's a Chad. Chedderson. Chad's on the ball. If they don't draw Mantis Rider here, Chadley's gonna take the game away. Come on, concession, Chad. Come on, concession Chad. Feels like a concession Chad to me. Christy is working from home today. Which one do you want?
This one.
If they don't hit a Thalia's Lieutenant here, they're probably dead because like this. Shh, it's going. It's going. This is literally my child right now. It's, dude, there's an ad. You know how the ads work. It's gonna play after the ad. Shh. Look at. Okay, this is cute. So they get to trade this for this. I think I'm just gonna kill this. It's me, your dad. Thank you for the brand new sub. I appreciate that. For the Twitch Prime support, send your Amazon Fund money this way this month. Seriously, they hit a... Oh, fine. That's fine. They do get to kill Chad now because I was aggressive, which kind of sucks, but... We actually have a game here now. We actually have a game here. Which one do you want, Declan? I mean, if they had Mantis Rider, they would have used it to kill Gideon last turn, so we can deduce based on the cards how they played the previous turn that they didn't have a Mantis Rider there. They could have had a different 3-drop, which they did, but... What do you want, Declan? Which one? Arena doesn't even have all the cards for Standard. And even if it had all the cards for Standard, days are like, when was the last time we played Standard on this stream? Standard's just like less interesting than Modern most of the time. So it's like, I would like to be hyped for Arena, but like, there's nothing to be hyped about. I can't play the formats of Magic I enjoy playing on it. So, the really like, I mean, when they give me a reason to be hyped, I'll be hyped, I guess. I'm just gonna gain 2 here and then Fatal Push this Necromancer. I think this is a fine line. Is that a good draw? What do you think about that one, chat? All right, so normally I don't like to break mid-league, but unfortunately I need to be done for the afternoon. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Big shout out to the subs and resubs. I'm gonna go hit publish on a bunch of my videos upstairs really quick, and then, so if you didn't catch us from the beginning day, we've been going for about 4 hours. It'll all be live on YouTube. Hopefully I'll get a chance to finish this league tonight. Sorry for breaking it in two, Bob, but things outside of my control. So I'll catch all y'all later. Thanks for the support, and I'll be back later tonight.